What do you guys do for food most of the time?
Leftovers.
Yeah, leftovers.
Dumpster diving.
Dumpster scores, man.
I'm a dumpster diving person. I love more than anything in the world to jump into a dumpster and find scraps of food. It's so great.
Yeah, she found a bag of fried rice last night, and I cooked it over a campfire.
Right there how to dumpster dive.
You know, so, and it was delicious.
Are you afraid of compactors, or you jump in those too?
Yeah, if it's late at night, I'm cool. I'll get in a compactor and get all down in there.
Yeah,
If it's during the day when the place is open, I'm terrified because you never know who's gonna walk out and fucking push a button.
Yep, I don't think it takes one button and you're gone. You know, yeah, compactor, man, trash compactor.
Thank you very much. You're welcome. Seriously, man. Big help. I feel backpack right now. Thanks, man. See you in 2 weeks. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Awesome. Yeah, you guys have a good night.
A street angel is someone who is very misunderstood, who society thinks they have them figured out, but in reality they don't.
An individual that most likely has been neglected by society, a person on the fringe, by choice or by circumstance.
The street angels that we work with are usually teens between the ages of 18 and 21 generally. Usually either had a bad home life and so they ran away, or sometimes they're just down on their luck and they got let down somewhere in their life and ended up out on the streets.
I believe someone that has a unique, special purpose, but maybe that person or the culture around that person have not discovered that as of yet.
And a street angel is just someone who needs a helping hand and who needs someone to love them.
Badge right here. Sit down.
How old are you guys?
21.
21.
21.
I hit the streets at 10 and a half years old.
I've been on the road for about 5 years.
6
Kick
years.
it down.
6 years?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Missouri.
Kick it down.
Columbia, Missouri.
A lot of the kids that live on the streets here in San Diego, their stories are dark.
Some parents are abusive.
Some of us don't have a choice.
Some parents aren't being able to take care of their kids.
I got kicked out of my parents' house, friends' parents' houses, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Some of it's choice.
Yeah, my mom left me at 15, so it's like, I haven't seen her since.
Sitting in one town.
Heard from her, nothing. I don't know, she's alive or dead.
I met so many kids, the kids where their girls were molested by their dad and stuff, so they left. Kids that were getting beaten up, kids that didn't have good enough families, kids that had rich-ass parents would give them anything, do anything for them, and they don't want to be a part of it. Some people, it's about spirituality too.
And then we also find teens out there who were actually raised homeless, whose parents were homeless, and through that they had to learn how to live on the streets. And at some point they split off from their parents, and now they're out there.
I was raised this way, pretty much. My mom's traveling just like this now. I've been homeless on and off my whole life.
I would say their purpose is kind of like to be unseen, honestly. They do try to fit in on a daily basis. There's a lot of times you can go into the malls or down the street, even from here, and you would see a young person but not even know that they're homeless, because they do try very hard not to look homeless. But at the same time, I think their purpose is survival.
If there's one thing that I would say that they all share similarly in their stories, is that the majority of them, and I can't really say all of them, but the majority of them have in their life just felt let down, and so they've found a community amongst each other on the streets. And in fact, that's a reason why some of them decide they want to stay on the streets, because that's the only place that they find an authentic community that really cares about each other.
Like when new people come out on the beach and stuff, we make sure that they're safe people to have.
It's like your own little club community, huh?
Yeah, we all have to be nice to each other.
And then if you don't, then kick each other out.
If you do something bad,
Doesn't seem all that bad.
it's not bad.
I don't think so, yeah.
See? You're like, doesn't seem all that bad.
Just meeting these young people in Seattle and also in New York City and here in San Diego, I would ask them what they needed. They always need like the very bare essentials. They need socks, underwear, water, envelopes with already stamps on them, and just stuff like that. So I kind of pulled some young people together, and I said, do you think we can give away like 300 to 400 backpacks a year?
Mission Gathering is a church who's decided to take on the homeless teens of San Diego and decided to put together backpacks and take them out to where the teens are at, because it's hard to really expect them to come to us all the time. And so what we do is we go out generally to Ocean Beach, is where we've found the most homeless teens on a regular basis. And so we head out there, hand out backpacks.
And in these backpacks would be the essentials that these kids need to make it through the night, through the week, through the month. And that's how it started. It's just backpacks of actually, not to sound cheesy, but it's backpacks of love, of encouragement, that you're not forgotten. We don't know exactly what this is going to evolve to, but that's what we do.
I say people should stop thinking like automatically that we're gonna ask them for money, because most of the time we're not asking them for money, we're asking them something else, and they tell us, oh no, I don't have any, and that's all you can get out of them. They just automatically assume, and I think that's really rude.
When you're all like, what time is it?
Hey, we're from an organization that looks for like homeless teens around the area to give out backpacks.
Oh,
do you know of any around that we could?
Down there?
Right on the boardwalk there?
Yeah, like laying there, I think they would know somebody.
What time is it? Do you know what time it is?
Are you asking
like,
for directions?
Yeah.
We were asking for
One thing I have is plastic. You know, I'd rather go try scoring something in a dumpster before I ask somebody. Yeah, so I've heard that answer a few times. One thing I have is plastic. All right, you know, I wasn't even asking you, but I mean, I do ask here and there because sometimes you get real hungry, you know?
Yeah. There have been a few instances where we've actually had individuals come up to us and tell us what we're doing is wrong, and that we are only enabling.
Enabling them, I think, would be encouraging them to do this. We don't encourage them. We just encourage them as people, that there's value within them. And a lot of these kids don't feel that way about themselves. I would say the majority of them do not feel that way about themselves.
Not every street person is a dirty, bad person. Not every street kid is a drug addict or fucking doing something wrong or trying to rip anyone off. I'm one of the most honest people you'd ever meet, probably.
Are we enabling them? No, but maybe we are, in a way that we enable them to realize that, hey, if you can find a mirror, look in that mirror and know that they're loved and they're cared for, and there is a group of people in San Diego, however long this lasts, you can come to us and we'll do what we can for you.
We feel compelled to do what we do based on our personal beliefs. In our organization, some people that come out with us are Christian, some are not. For many of us, it is through an example of Jesus that we see, that he was a missional man, that he would go out and physically hands-on help people. And so because he did that, we feel like we are following that example. Other individuals who come with us who perhaps are not Christian, they find their reasoning in just other examples that they've seen, that when people come together to help other people out, the world just becomes a better place in general.
Just because someone is homeless doesn't mean they're a lower person than you. Just because you have money doesn't mean that your shit don't stink. Everybody gets stinky, everybody needs a helping hand, everyone ends up down once in a while. There is one point in time in anybody's life when they're gonna need to stick out their hand for help. Help people. Have an open mind. Don't judge the homeless. Don't discriminate the street kids. Give them a helping hand. Give them a chance to prove themselves. They're all good people. They need help and love too.
Alright, thanks a lot, man. Nice meeting you. What's your name?
Shiloh.
Nice meeting you.
You know.